Peaches for hours.
Snakes in the sky.
Pitter-patter raindrops.
Wonka why.
Coronas.
Family.
No retreat, no surrender. Trish, the spirit of the sea.
I recommend Pleasant.
Manda's Movie Club. Manda's Movie Club. Manda's Movie Club.
Featuring Dan.
Manda's Movie Club.
Manda's Movie Club.
Manda's Movie Club.
Featuring Dan.
Yeah. Manda's Movie Club.
Featuring Dan.
Let's unlock love. Oh. You got a lock on that, Daniel?
Yeah, I gotta look on that.
You got a lock on that?
It's a very nice visual. Oh,
those biceps are so strong.
yeah, you better hope I don't flex and break the lock.
Compliments are key to love.
It is.
Let's unlock it.
I'm uncomfortable with this opening. In the Mood for Love. Great film.
You like this film, Daniel?
I do like this film. 2000, I believe.
In the Mood for Love, yes, is a 2000 international cinema number from Hong Kong.
We're cultured like that.
I first watched this movie when I went into an international cinema weekly showing at university. I was not enrolled in international cinema, and I found that really quite upsetting because I was enrolled in film as my minor in my arts degree, and international cinema was not a part of it. It was part of the English curriculum. I just went to the movies because they had movies every week showing, and this was one of them, and I have loved it ever since. Arguably my favourite movie. I don't know who's going to argue with me about that.
I mean...
Take it on, Daniel.
Is
it my favourite movie?
I will wrangle a posse together and we will take you to task.
I don't know what the other contenders would be.
Beauty and the Beast.
I do like Beauty and the Beast, but I have a sour taste in my mouth about it ever since the live action. Wait, quick impression of Emma Watson's portrayal of Belle in Beauty and the Beast. Are you ready?
I'm ready. That's an excellent impression of Belle.
Thank you. I thought it was really good.
Very good.
I made my co-workers in Taiwan laugh a lot about that.
There must be something there that wasn't there before. See what I did there?
I don't know if there is anything there. In the Mood for Love is a wonderful film. You should watch it. It will be in subtitles unless you can speak Cantonese. Double check.
I believe it's Cantonese,
Double check.
Yes. No, it's Cantonese.
In the Mood for Love was made in 2000. It is online. They say it's a romance/drama. I am going to correct that, and I think that the genre should just be love.
Okay.
Because I don't know if it is a romance of sorts.
I would not put it as a romance at all, really, because I mean they don't really have one, which is the kind of the nice thing about it.
People might be really upset to
I know,
hear that as a spoiler.
It's a potential romance. I think one of them at least would like it to be a romance. But
it's definitely the idea of a romance. That's why I think the genre is actually love. Love. Okay? And it goes for 1 hour, 38 minutes, which is perfect for this film.
Yeah. Anything longer, I think it would be not as good. But yes, this caps at 96 minutes. So yeah, perfect. Perfect for that.
It's true. It stars some royalty of cinema. Maggie Cheung, Tony Leung, some guy named Ping Lam Su.
Yes.
I don't know if I've seen him in other things.
My We're Not Worthy thing was mostly for Tony. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Maggie. Maggie's wonderful, but Tony Leung has been in so much good stuff. He's incredible.
Anything. And I'm still holding a little bit of a grudge against my best friend who worked on some of the costumes for Shang-Chi.
Yes.
And the Seven Rings.
Something like that.
And she actually made Tony's gloves in that, and she did not get his autograph for me. She was unaware at the time how much I was a mega fan of him because her cinema knowledge isn't that great. But, I mean, she did make his gloves, and I have touched her hands. So in that, my hands and Tony Leung's hands are 1 degree.
Wow. You should put that on your resume.
I'm gonna put it in this podcast. So it's a bit exciting for everyone out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Loz. I could have had his signature. I don't know what I would have done with it. I just love him so much. Okay, and this movie is directed by Wong Kar-wai, who we love very much. Wong Kar-wai is an amazing director. He makes a lot of kind of slow-moving, theme-focused films. I would say like they're like a cinematic journey.
Often very non-linear, very art house is, I guess
they would
could
be
say
art
one
house.
thing, but also like it's not art house in the super wanky sense of the word. Like if people are like, oh, it's a bit art house. I would not put Wong Kar-wai's films in that box. What was it we saw in Melbourne? We went and saw a bunch of his films that were being done as like a retrospective.
We did a marathon. Did we do a marathon?
Well, it wasn't a marathon, no. We just watched several of his films.
It
in
was
the
a
same
retrospective. Yeah,
retrospective,
you're right.
yeah.
And I would say, yeah, you're right. His movie, it's not that his movies, Cat, she just loves Wong Kar-wai so much too. She just loves him.
Oh, in the mood for cut.
Even though his movies are slow moving, there's a lot of focus on the cinematography and color, and the shots are always quite interesting. Lots of wide shots or all close-ups, changes in season and weather. His films aren't art house in the way that they're not accessible. There's always very human characters at the center of his stories that you can identify with, which is probably the main reason I love him and his films. Even when he's dealing with weird stuff or stuff that I guess is outside the norm of everybody's normal experience, like the Yakuza. They're not in this movie, but there's Yakuza in one of his films.
Yeah, Chungking Express, I think.
Yeah. They're still accessible in the human experience. So that's why I love him. The other real shout out that we have to identify as being part of making this film is Christopher Doyle, who's his long-term director of photography. He's actually Australian. In this, him and Mark Lee Pingbin worked together to do the director of photography role, which is incredible. This movie's beautiful to watch.
Really well shot.
And the other big shout out has to be to Shigeru Umebayashi, who is the composer of what he calls Yumeji's theme, which is the song that Dan referenced at the start here. Dun, dun. And that plays throughout the whole film. It was made for a different film, but this is the film that really kind of took it and ran with it and is synonymous with the movie and is a real tear-jerking, beautiful, beautiful number. Synopsis. In 1962, Hong Kong, two neighbours, Mr. Chow and Mrs. Chen, bond like ships in the night, passing each other on noodle runs and nodding politely along with their respective chatty landlords. When they realise they also share cheating partners who are having an affair with each other, they embark on their own journey of connection, love, loss, personal identity, and integrity. I think Martha is licking her bum on the other side of the table, so is that going to affect sound?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. We've done all this thing to make our furnishings more soft. She is quite a soft furnishing. So.
Well, I mean, she's really... Okay, she's stopped. Daniel.
I think this movie, it's incredible. The directors of photography, what they managed to do with being able to make what would seem kind of a dull shot by someone else very interesting. So like the collaborative effort in this movie is what really makes it for me. So yes, the actors are phenomenal, but they managed to make a scene where it's basically like 20 seconds of just watching them walk down the street together past a car. Interesting. The shot is really slowed down. There's often no other music really except for that theme. And it's incredible when you've got such solid performances and when you've got such a great team around you, you can do so much with so little. You know, they don't need to have outlandish comedy, because there are moments of levity and comedy in this movie, definitely, but they don't need to have like outlandish characters. They don't need to have insane amounts of edits, edit here, edit there. It's a movie that just resonates. It's a movie that lets you sit. It's a movie that breathes. And that's what I really like about it. I think if you go into it expecting something a bit more whirlwind, you're going to be very disappointed. But if you go in there, be ready for a little bit of meditative kind of a rumination, get your little ruminatory mind clicking away. That's definitely a word. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Wow.
That's my thoughts. Ruminatory.
Ruminatory, Daniel. I think this movie is edited a lot. There are lots of cuts. There are lots and lots of cuts because sometimes we see characters leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back. Yeah, they are. But it's nice because I think those cuts aren't obvious because it somehow still manages to not be fast-paced.
Yeah.
The cuts are to show us the repetition of time, necessity of routine, and as I said in the synopsis, that shit passing in the night situation where they do live as neighbours. The housing situation is a little bit odd and different. Like Hong Kong's one of the most built-up places in the world. So they both rent a room in an apartment by a landlord who also lives there. So there's kind of a communal kitchen situation. And then there's just a room that Maggie's character and her husband share in one apartment. And then Tony and his wife share in a different apartment. So a lot of that comedy comes in with the landlords whose apartments who have the apartments,
playing mahjong.
Yeah, their interactions with other high energy characters. Yeah, long nights of mahjong.
Yeah, but nothing that you wouldn't believe as well. Like these are all very rooted in reality. These characters,
very realistic kind of neighborly behavior from them. Maggie's landlord is worried that she's alone a lot and that she's lonely, so she's always inviting her to join them for meals or to play mahjong. And Maggie's a bit more reserved. She isn't keen on doing that, but she's always polite. And a similar dynamic is happening in Tony Leung's apartment household. And it's nice to kind of see how those communities operate as well. Like that's feels like a very Hong Kong experience. We've definitely lived with roommates, but not in a situation that was quite...
Housemates, not... Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We've worked in summer camp situations where we have shared a room with multiple people. And I guess there is a camaraderie there and a who's doing the dishes or whatever, but that might just be young people. These are adults who are living in that situation and they're supportive of each other and they're checking in with each other, which adds a lot of strength to the characters.
Community you sort of feel, which is nice as well. I don't know. I like that about the movie. People are alone, like their partners, their respective partners have gone off each other or left them for periods of time, but they're never completely alone, which is a nice kind of... adds a nice dynamic to the movie anyway.
Yeah, and there's like I didn't mention this before, but Wong Kar-wai is famous for never using scripts. So it's not that there was a really strong script that everyone had to follow to make this film. He's shooting moments and scenes, and then he's editing it all together and cutting it in a way to tell a story that he wants to tell and share with everybody. And this movie, the story is ultimately about unrequited love. It's these two people who have been betrayed by their partners, and the slow reveal of how that comes to be and them realizing is, I guess, all engrossing to watch, and I'm sure it resonates with lots of people. The slow reveals that they have, and then the testing that they have with each other when they realize that the affair that their respective partners are having is actually with the other person's partner. It's a kind of guarded conversation that they have, like, oh, where did you get that handbag? And where did you get that tie? Yeah. And then connecting that they both are aware of the situation. And then there's kind of a different level to their relationship where they spend time with each other in a kind of way to figure out what happened, you know? Yeah. They're kind of role-playing, how could this have happened? And who said what? And who did what? And what do we think their relationship is like? Yeah.
And rehearsing different scenes as well. Yeah, there's that scene where it's done really well where she's asking Tony Leung, like, you know, are you having an affair? But Tony Leung's pretending to be her husband, and they're like rehearsing that scene together, and that's That's really fun. That's it's not just fun, but it brings a dynamic to their relationship. The fact that they can operate at that level with each other as well. They can be open to a point to discuss these kind of bigger issues, but they also only go so far.
Yeah.
They can't take that because what do they say? She says, I don't want us to be like them.
We're not going to be like them.
We're not going to be like them, yes. So they don't take it to that next level.
I just got a little shiver. But yeah, she does. That's what she says. We're not going to be like them. But there's an intimacy to that, to the connection that they have, and their unpacking of how the affair that their spouses had came to be and what they're going to do about it. Because that scene that you're talking about is her practicing what she's going to do about it, how she's going to talk to her husband, what he might say, how she's going to respond. And it's not fiery or angry in the way that you might expect. She's not dramatic in any way, you know, that's not her personality. She is a reserved personality.
She's hurt. She's still hurt very much.
And we never see their spouses. We never see them in full face scenario.
We hear them, but we don't.
We hear them. We see the backs of them a few times. We hear them interacting with other people or with our main couple. But I kind of like that. Like, we've really zeroed in on the main couple, but the movie is sparse with dialogue and sparse with action, you know, even though there are different locations, there are other characters going on. You know, she has a job in a tourism office.
Yeah.
So there's also an added subplot where, as the secretary, she's kind of managing her boss's relationship with his mistress. So there's an extra dynamic going on there. You know, she's making sure that he's got dates organized with her, that the wife knows something different, that he's got gifts for both of them. And at the same time, she's dealing with the hurt of realizing that her husband is also having an affair. And he's got a friend who's a little bit of a gambler, and he's the comic relief. He's the character, the actor that I announced as the third role, Ping. His real name's Ping, and the character's name is Ping as well. And he's got a comedic element.
But again, believable. I said to Manda, there's a scene where I think he's getting up the stairs and he's drunk. And I was just like, that's some of the best drunk acting I've ever seen.
I think that's the landlord.
Was it the landlord? Okay, no, but I just remember thinking like, that's how a drunk person looks. This is great.
Yeah. All the acting is great. Yeah. All of the landlord and the other people who live in the apartments, interactions are believable. They feel real. And so does her relationship with her boss, his relationship with his friend. And then I like this. Their relationship develops to a point where they're kind of like, you know what? We've unpacked some of this. It's not helping us. And he says to her, I lost time by getting married. I used to do things. I used to go to the cinema. I used to have time to myself. And in a marriage, you have to decide things together. I mean, luckily we married people who like going to the cinema. So that's on you, Tony. I don't know. Like, just, you know, marry someone who likes doing the same things that you do.
You bum.
Right? God.
What a dick.
Idiot. And then he says, what would you do, or who do you think you would be if you'd not been married? And she says, I'd be happy, right? Because she's in this sad time. But then he says, well, I'd be a martial arts serialist, like he'd write martial arts stories. And it's kind of a way for their relationship to progress to the next level, where she helps him write his martial arts serial. And we can see their connection a lot more grow there. Mm-hmm. And it continues like that. So I think I shouldn't really unpack the entire film.
But I would say this is a movie that's definitely worth watching. Hard one to track down. I think I saw it's on Apple TV. I don't know if that means it's like you got to pay for it or anything. I have to check that. We had it on DVD because, you know.
Could people rent it, maybe?
Potentially, yeah. Maybe check Letterboxd. I think Letterboxd could... They've got like a video store thing now that they do. So check them as well.
It's a pretty popular film, so you should be able to track it down. Make sure you're in a contemplative mood. Yeah. It's not
Don't be on your phone while you're watching it.
It's not a happy film, but it's a hopeful film, which I think is better in a lot of ways. It doesn't have a clean ending that... everything gets all wrapped up and they have a happy ending, but they do have a hopeful ending. And then there is a sequel, which we should just mention, called 2046, which is like a futuristic, different timescape situation that kind of has the same characters, but in a different realm.
And a very different style.
It's a different style, but definitely worth watching. And Wong Kar-wai's films in general, definitely worth watching. Tony Leung's in a few of them.
Same creative team behind 2046 as well. So, it's not just... the production company were like, we need sequels.
Yeah. Most of his films are the same production team and the similar actors. There's also a Japanese actor he works with a lot that's wonderful. I think he did one English film.
My Blueberry Nights, it's called, and apparently it's terrible.
Don't watch that. I don't think I even got through it. Don't watch that.
Jude
Just
Law.
watch his original films. They're lovely and wonderful and beautiful and contemplative and reflective and worth your time.
Office Romance. Ooh, saucy. Yeah, it's going down. Ooh. It is an MA15 plus movie here in Australia, but it is a rated R film in the US. Mostly, Manda, because of its graphic nudity, which I do not remember graphically.
It's the childbirth.
Oh, probably. Yeah, no, they'd probably do it.
China.
Yes. As well as its widespread language. That is what AI told me it was rated R for its naughty...
Widespread
language.
Ugh.
Can't have that.
Ugh.
It is a 2026 film of the genre, a saucy rom-com / J-Lo, which is apparently its own genre.
It is its own genre, I decided.
Yes. It goes for an hour and 54 minutes. A bit long, if you ask me. It was directed by Ol Parker, but I'd like to say Ol Parker.
Ol Parker.
Yep, and it is starring Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo herself, Brett Goldstein, who was also the co-writer with this, along with Joe Kelly, who is not in it, Betty Gilpin, one of our personal favourites, features Bradley Whitford, who you might know from The West Wing but he'll always be Eric from Billy Madison to me. And the great frackin' Edward James Olmos appears as J-Lo's father as well.
What's the frackin'?
Battlestar Galactica, Amanda. Come on.
Okay.
Frack. Frackety frack.
Stop saying that. It's really widespread language, Daniel.
I know.
I appreciate.
It's very widespread. I'll go wash my mouth out with
Can't
soap.
get in there with that widespread language.
So, Office Romance centers around sexy yet sex-deprived airline CEO Jackie Cruz and her bubbling yet forbidden office romance with her in-house legal counsel, Daniel Blanchflower. In a company with a zero-tolerance policy for fraternization, will their love overcome, or will their lives and livelihoods be forever crushed?
It's a good synopsis, Daniel.
I thought so. Thank you very much.
I think it makes this movie seem a lot more serious than it is. It's not a serious film.
No.
But it's a nearly 2-hour-long rom-com, and it is too much.
It is too much. For me, it's like probably could have used at least 15-ish minutes could have been taken away. I reckon, to be honest, the scenes with the sister in prison, as funny as Jodie Whittaker was, she did a very good job on it, I didn't think it was a necessary part of the story. And if I were the editor and I was in that room and I got to make all the decisions and I had a pair of scissors and that's how it still worked, I'll be cutting those scenes onto the editing floor. Just me.
So, to add to the synopsis,
yes,
Daniel Blanchflower, which I think is a terrible name, the Daniel part.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
He is a Brit, played by Brett Goldstein, who people will know from that show that we watched a little bit of.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso's a little too twee for me. Too twee.
It's one of those few people in the world that is kind of like that on Ted Lasso. I'm a bit like that myself. I'm a bit on the twee side as well, but I think as a whole, it's pretty funny.
Too twee for me, but I mean, it's fine. Brett Goldstein is in that. He is a writer on that.
Writer on that as well, yes.
And he wrote this movie. So I'm happy to give him more roles. I think he's great.
I think he's really fun in this.
I think he's really charismatic. I love his line delivery. And he is an English lawyer that comes to the States for reasons that we later find out, starts working for this airline run by a woman. Oh, God, why'd the board allow that? Nepotism. That's why they allowed that. They allowed it because of nepotism. No. What would you know? Meets J-Lo and getting the J-Lo glow.
Yes, that initial scene where he meets J-Lo and sees her glow and is like completely floored by her beauty, that was pretty cute. It was a funny little scene, that one, I thought.
I love J-Lo. I'm not sure what she's like in real life. I think by a lot of accounts...
Pretty awful.
Not awesome.
Yeah.
I've read some harrowing things about her, like giving her cleaners' kids gifts and then taking them back for her own kids, which seems
so
petty
nasty.
and unnecessary for a multimillionaire. But I cannot think of a J-Lo film I didn't enjoy. I think she is... What?
I'm thinking about that one.
Are you thinking if there's one I didn't enjoy?
Oh, you didn't enjoy? I don't know.
What didn't I enjoy?
I don't know. Did you like that one where she had like the perfume or whatever? The one where her daughter works for that big fragrance or shampoo company.
Sounds like a movie you made up, Daniel. Maybe one we could look forward to writing and releasing.
I wish it was made up because it was terrible. They had this scene in the movie where they had like they sang that salt and pepper song all together as like a group.
Sounds like
gross.
something I'd love.
It was gross.
I don't know. Somehow movie. That's not too twee for me.
It had like a super like pro-life message in it.
Oh, okay. Less into that.
Yeah.
Was she adopted? The shampoo daughter?
Yeah, she was adopted. She got a job.
Shampoo fragrance daughter?
J-Lo wanted a second chance. The name of the movie Second Chance. And she wants a second chance because she works at a really crappy... Anyway, we're talking about office romance.
You know what, Daniel?
Yeah.
That movie rings very few bells for me. So I obviously didn't hate it enough for it to ring a lot of bells and mainstay in my mind. But I also didn't love it enough for it to have a mainstay in my mind.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Before I watched this movie, the last J-Lo film I watched was... Also can't remember the title of it, but it starts with J-Lo very sexily dancing on stage in some sort of Pope stress. I want to say priestess, but Popestess.
I didn't watch this movie with you, but it's the one with Owen Wilson, right?
It's so fun.
Yeah.
And she's just going like, marry me, marry me, marry me, say yes, and doing all this sexy dance. And Owen Wilson's in the audience with his kid.
Oh my God, I can't believe, Frank.
And then, what do you know? She does marry him. That movie was fun. Loved it. This movie, I thought was really fun, and I really liked it. And I think, just like my views on the Odyssey, I'm a little bit of a lonely island in that.
Interesting. 46% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
this movie or the Odyssey?
This movie. The Odyssey, please. 100%. It's perfect. No,
110%.
Exactly.
Don't sell it short,
blew
Daniel.
the tomatoes. Yeah, it turned the tomato into an apple. Like that's how powerful it was. Yeah, this film 46% critically on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm kind of in the same camp. I thought this was a fun movie. Like it hits every single archetypal beat that you get in a rom-com, but it did it well. Mm-hmm. My whole rule with like genre films like this, ones that are what they are, like an action film, a straight comedy, whatever it is. If you're going to do it well.
Yeah.
Don't subvert it so much that it's unrecognizable. Don't start out a comedy, then become a drama, and then go back to being a comedy again. If you're going to be a rom-com, a cheesy rom-com at that, which is like full of, sauciness and like, oh, kind of moments, do that to the nth. And I think this movie did it fairly well. Lulled a bit in certain parts, but as a whole, you want a cheap, cheesy rom-com, this one's pretty good.
I think if it had a bit more of an edit, it would be a stronger film. What you're saying there reminds me of another movie I can't remember the title of, Daniel.
Research.
Starring
Preparation.
Chris Evans and Michelle Monaghan.
Yeah.
And that movie tried to be an anti-rom-com because they weren't even into each other. They were using widespread language. I don't think it was rated R.
I won't have that.
But it didn't feel good. I think at the end of the day, the key thing for office romance, or a romance in general, or a rom-com film, is it has to feel good. That's like the takeaway. It has to feel good. It has to leave a nice taste in people's mouths. They have to have enjoyed it. It has to have brightened their day. So this movie did that for me. I think Brett Goldstein pushed the envelope a little far into kind of more crass and some more dry British humour. When I read some of the reviews, it was the widespread language that had affected some people negatively, and some of the I guess, crass humor or crude humor or seeing a baby being born. Oh, gross. Maybe not necessary. I don't know. It didn't upset me. I think I am used to crude, widespread language. I am Australian.
It worked for his character as well, and he was like, "What a C-bomb" is like one of the things he says in the movie.
And that word, and many words, are offensive to American sensibilities. So I can see why it didn't reach that worldwide audience in the way that they may have hoped. But as an Australian film goer, worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I was
and
fine
we're
with
a
it.
little bit less...
C-bombs all day, every day. Is that what you're saying, Manda?
There are things that would upset me a lot more than a C-bomb. A nuclear bomb.
That's true. What more you want? Just don't use foul language.
Intensely in the face. Yeah. These things all upset me more than the C-bomb.
Widespread language is the least of your worries.
It is the least of my worries. Not the least, there's probably even lesser. But anyway, I agree with you. I think this movie hits all the beats.
Yeah.
I believe them as a couple, or a could they couple. They do.
Yeah. The one thing where it did sort of lose its tone a bit, I spoke about it earlier, like his sister's in prison is like one of the reasons why he's...
That is the reason.
That is the reason, sorry. That is the reason why he came to the US, moved to the US, got a job there in New Jersey. Oh, gross. That's how they depicted the movie. They're like, Jersey. Ooh. Jersey!
We didn't actually plan that. That's just how we roll.
Yeah. His sister's in prison for killing a man, chopping a man's head off with a machete, I believe.
Wow, Dan, spoiler.
They used that to sort of humanize him a bit more, being like, oh, he cares about his family so much. He moved all the way from England to get a job here and be near his sister. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. Did it have to be sister chopped off man's head with machete in order for it to be like a family element?
Did you find that too widespread crude?
It was just, I was like, this is odd. This is an odd thing to shoehorn into a rom-com, is what I thought. It didn't tonally fit the rest of the movie.
Wow,
that being said, though,
do have those sorts of situations in their lives.
Probably, but
I felt it grounding.
That being said, very grounding, yeah. That being said, Jodie Whittaker did play that role very well, I thought. And the scenes themselves were actually kind of funny, but still didn't fit for me.
I loved it. I loved it because, as you said before, I feel like it turned some of the tropes on the head when we're introduced to her. Like, why is she in prison? It's a bit of a mystery. What's he doing there? Is he going to get her out? Blah, blah. She's innocent. All things that you're thinking. But those don't come to fruition. She should be there, actually. She should be there. And I felt like that was an interesting change to some rom-coms. And as we will talk about in the next movie that we're going to review, I feel like it was a little bit of a callback to 90s rom-coms, which often have side characters, that aren't just the quirky best friend that just turns up to say cute things and, maybe get coffee. But there's side characters that kind of help formulate a little bit more of who the person is, and they seem grounded in reality. And I know, obviously not a lot of people would have their sister in prison for chopping off someone's head, but a lot of people have dark stuff going on in their lives.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't so much... I didn't have a problem with him having a character like that being a thing in the film, but for me, it was just like, does it have to be his sister who's in prison for chopping off a man's head? I didn't know if that did it for me. But anyway, it's all right.
I feel like tonally some of this movie does jump around. Yeah, because do we have a song? We don't have a song sequence, but we do have the wide declaration in front of everybody.
Yeah.
We do have the embarrassing moment. We do have the betrayal of someone that they thought they could trust, kind of thing. We have all those things which are beats that you would expect, and that one isn't so much a beat.
Yeah.
That we would expect.
Betty Gilpin,
yes,
who appears as as Sydney, J-Lo's kind of 2IC, very pregnant 2IC in this film. And efficient, yes. The pregnancy jokes I kind of thought were pretty funny. She's very independent, very don't help me, to a point where it was you need to accept some help, which was actually pretty funny in this movie. She needs to be cast in a lot more lead stuff.
It's really fun with this. I found this film uplifting. I think the soundtrack was pretty cool. I liked the different locations we went to.
Yeah.
I liked how J-Lo could do many things. Of course she can. It's J-Lo.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it too. And one more thing I want to give a big credit to was the end credits scene, where it basically features a whole bunch of people admitting to office romances and things like that. And it was just done really well. I just thought it was really funny. Had the fun music, the everyone gets their own little bit.
Tony Hale
from Arrested Development and Veep, yes. Appears as the HR manager in that. But also, I thought the one thing I would say about that is that very last end credits scene gives a bit more to the side characters than we'd gotten earlier in the film. And I wish some of that kind of stuff would have been transported too early in the film, so just so we could get to know them a little bit better.
We did have an hour 54 running time. It's not like they had 3 hours to develop characters, but yeah, they could have done a little bit more.
It was an odyssey into itself, uponst itself. Ponst is always the word.
Okay, get upon this film.
It could happen to you.
Love
is what could happen to you.
Love could happen.
This film, It Could Happen to You, starring Nicolas Cage, Bridget Fonda. Manda, please take it away. Give us the rundown on this film.
It could happen to you. Is that a song?
No, I think it's It Had to Be You.
I don't know, but I could make it. It could happen to you.
You could do that.
I did it. Trying to stop me.
What's this movie about?
Somebody stop me. It Could Happen to You. It's PG. I think worldwide, not different in America. It's generally PG, and we didn't show this to our child. It was made in 1994, one of the golden years of cinema. It's a rom-com. Daniel's written flirt fest.
It is a flirt fest. It's like a chaste rom-com. It's like a,
Rom-coms aren't that.
No, but it's like a hands-off.
Rom-coms aren't a huge rompy-compy situation.
It's
a very different kind of film.
It's a keep it in your pants rom-com.
In what other rom-coms do people not keep it in their pants?
There's a little bit more like sauce in Office Romance, for example, whereas this one, the sauce is dried up. Let's just say that.
And the sauce is flowing.
It's more of a gas, I think.
No one's going to watch this film. So it goes for an hour 41. It's a pretty perfect runtime. Yeah. Stars: Nicolas Cage, Bridget Fonda, Rosie Perez, Wendell Pierce, Isaac Hayes, Stanley Tucci, and Richard Jenkins. Who was Richard Jenkins?
Richard Jenkins was Rosie Perez's lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love Richard Jenkins. That's why I put him in there, because I love Richard Jenkins.
It's not a huge role.
No, it's not, but it's fun enough. It's a fun Richard Jenkins-y role.
What about Anne Dowd?
Anne Dowd's got, like, a few lines.
You didn't even put her in there.
Well, obviously I hate women. What can I say?
It's not what people expect on a love.
Well, that is true, yes. No. Anne Dowd should have featured in my notes. I'm sorry, Aunt Lydia. It'll never happen again.
It's probably what she'd do to you. Let me read the synopsis. Should I do it in a voice?
If you want.
I'm going to do it in a deep voice.
It's directed by Andrew Bergman.
Charlie is a super friendly, nice guy and cop in a sadly loveless marriage with Muriel. One day he meets Yvonne, a down-on-her-luck, yet also insanely decent waitress, charging $2 for 2 coffees. When he doesn't have money on him to leave a tip, he makes a promise that should he win the lottery that night, he'll give half of his winnings to Yvonne. The lottery win, he does, and the winnings he shares, much to the chagrin of his materialistic wife. With the win spawns a whirlwind yet sexually chaste romance between the cop and the waitress, in the most New Yorky of New York ways. Do you expect me to make that voice?
I didn't. This movie, this is one of my last ones, but this movie was so New Yorky. It was baseball, and people were in Queens, and they did all the New Yorky things, and I'm really, 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 really sick of movies being set in New York.
Did they go to Central Park?
No, they didn't go to Central Park at all.
No one rode in a taxi.
But they rode in the subway. They did ride in the taxi. She showed up in the taxi when they were supposed to be going on the boat.
Were in a taxi.
Yeah, and then there was like shots of the skyline constantly. It's
they didn't go to Broadway. They go to Broadway?
No, but they probably mentioned it at some point. I don't know. It was just so New York-y. Like, oh my God, New York's like a character. Ugh.
Dan's never been to New York.
Yeah, the New York Post features so heavily in this movie.
Oh, I don't know if this movie is an ad for the New York Post, because if it is, I don't know if it's a good ad for the New York Post, because there's a creepy element there that's a bit weird.
Yeah, and it's
I don't want to give that away. I want that to be a thing they can look forward to.
Oh yeah. Which creepy element are we talking about?
Just don't say it.
Whisper.
I'm not going to whisper. You know what I mean.
Oh.
Anyway, I didn't find this that objectionable in terms of it being in New York. I have been to New York. And when I was in New York, the whole city shut down, Daniel. It was romantic. Me and my friends that I'd just made at summer camp wandered the streets of New York. Dirt and litter just floating around.
She was an adult working in summer
people
camps, so she wasn't a kid in summer camps.
I hung out in Brooklyn.
This wasn't like a Warriors
stayed
kind
in
of
my friend's apartment
situation.
all by myself.
Yeah.
I ate deep dish pizza covered in broccoli.
Did you go to Central Park on the subway?
No, the subway had shut down, Daniel.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I did get there.
Still.
I wandered around. I people watched. It was very romantic. For myself. It's just by myself. I didn't object to it being in New York. It is New York. Like, he's a cop. Anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. I still enjoyed this movie. Just every time. Just New York, New York.
How many times have we seen this?
At least 3 times.
We don't own it, though.
No, it's a hard one to find.
It's a hole in our DVD collection.
It is.
In our methods, in our pursuit.
There's a little dusty...
of completeness.
There's a dusty, empty slot that should be there, and we should fill it.
I don't think you can say slit slot on
slit slot
national podcast video. I think that's a widespread language. No, Daniel. Yeah, this movie's great. As I just mentioned before, I love 90s rom-coms. I don't think I'm an overly romantic person. Pretty romantic. I don't know.
No. Little bit, very much so.
I'm cheesy sometimes.
Very cheesy. You are quite cheesy.
But I'm not really twee.
No, you're not twee in the way that...
I cannot take fake sentiment.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I can't take it. Don't do it to me. I don't like it.
Love bombing doesn't
Nope. Nope. I will poke you with a pointy stick.
So should I die and anyone wants to date, man?
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
I will be celibate for life.
Yes.
And very happy.
You're all too twee and love bomby. Disgusting.
Won't work on me. 90s rom-coms have a realism to them that I really enjoy. The characters seem to like talk with each other with like a natural banter back and forth. You know, we always know their immediate circle or their immediate family. They're not total islands unto themselves. I feel like lots of modern day rom-coms, like they might have one sister or one friend. I mean, this kind of did that as well. Like Bridget Fonda has a sister. Nicolas Cage has his co-cop. They just feel more fleshed out in some way, and the other characters have more things going on and doing, and they have dialogue that's onto themselves, I guess. So Wendell Pierce plays Nick Cage's cop.
Wendell Pierce, you might know from probably best known from The Wire.
Wendell Pierce loves being a cop, so much so he does it in lots of different ways in film and television. Wendell Pierce, of course, looks exactly the same in this movie than he did in The Wire, even though it's a few decades.
Beautiful man.
Different.
Beautiful man.
But he's great. I mean, and there's no holds barred on the kind of like dialogue as well that it's a bit unexpected. There's a point where Nick Cage goes into a shop because, you know, he's a good cop, which the narrator spends a lot of time chatting about at the start of the film. He's a good cop. She's a good waitress. He's married to his childhood sweetheart. She likes different things. Will he still be a good cop in all ways? Let's see, says Isaac Hayes as he wanders around New York City for reasons. But Nick Cage and Wendell Pierce turn up to a what would you say, a kiosk?
They say
Convenience store?
Yeah, like bodega.
Bodega.
Yes.
A bodega. We would call that a convenience store.
Yeah, but it's New York, so it's a bodega.
All right.
Yeah.
Steady on. And Nick Cage, because he's awesome at copying, goes in and realizes that they're actually all being held hostage. And all the other people in the bodega, this actually makes me laugh, all the other people in the bodega who have been told, I guess, to act natural, they do act natural.
They do a very good job.
Which, that's a realism point that I will call this movie up on. Because
everything else is just...
One of Dan and I's favourite things in watching films or TVs is when underpaid extras are in the background doing a poor job of looking natural.
Bad extra.
You know? Like, there'll be an extra in the background drinking and having a chat like this.
Yeah.
Well, what is that extra doing?
Yes.
They're doing too much, or they're doing too little, or whatever.
Manda will always point out
handle it.
Bad extras and bad child actors.
Oh, I hate bad child actors. And I will call that out. If they're going to enter the acting profession, they've got to be good.
Never goes after their parents or anything like that.
Their parents are shit for putting their shit child actors in a film or TV or theatre show that people pay good money for.
Vehement hatred for bad child actors.
Don't get me started on that kid in The Lion King.
Oh, God.
I swear to God. So Nick Cage immediately realizes there's a hostage situation, even though everyone is actually acting supernatural. And the reason, when he comes out and he says to Wendell Pierce, our favorite local Korean bodega keeper is being held hostage. And he's like, how do you know? And he says, I asked where his wife was, and he said she was sick. And Wendell Pierce says,
that bitch would work if she was dead. Which, honestly, if it was a different actor, I'd be like, that line could have just been a throwaway. But when Wendell Pierce says stuff like that, your ears prick up. And he delivers it so well.
Yeah, and then they save everybody in a bit of a weird... I don't think that was good copying. He throws a can, which isn't... I don't know. Like, that's not very New York, Dan. He doesn't shoot anybody. He just throws a can at their head.
No,
which
instead
is
he just falls in love.
ineffective and unsafe, right? Ineffective. But it's that sort of dialogue and banter throughout the film that there's actually quite a few laugh out loud moments, right?
Yeah.
We laughed out loud multiple times in this movie.
Yes. Yeah. No, it is a fun movie. I loved the funniest person in this movie, Rosie Perez. She is hilarious in her role. Like she just eats the scenery. She's got that very thick accent that she's known for, which I'm not going to do, but she's got that thick accent that she's known for. But she just absolutely chews scenery, and every time she's on screen, it's interesting, you know? And not even when she's delivering a line, when she realizes that this is a moment where she can, you know, be on TV and be like a presence and a force, and just seeing her like all the wires in her head, like, oh, I must smile and be really happy, and she's just like fake all over. She's wonderful.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. And big props to costume design, because they've got her in some smashing, sexy outfits, and set design as well. Have her apartment going from like a pretty normal apartment to like the full glamour when they've won the lottery, with like a giant portrait of herself on the wall.
Portrait of herself.
Which is just glorious, you know? And if we had that sort of money, I would not be against having that very same portrait of Rosie Perez from this movie on our wall in our house. And I'm not going to explain that to anybody. It's just going to be a picture I have on my wall.
That gets a cheap laugh out of me anytime they do that in a movie. Like, even if it's a movie that's not very good, if there's like a really wanky self-portrait of the person on the wall, it usually gets a laugh out of me. I'm like, that's funny.
We have a wanky self-portrait of ourselves on the wall.
We do.
That I painted in the style of Michael Scott's beachside painting that he gifts Pam and Jim from The Office.
Yes.
I did the same style. I didn't do the nude. I just did the beach. It's glorious, and I framed it very ostentatiously, and I will explain it if people ask, but otherwise it's just a weird painting that we have on the wall. A little bit of home life there for you. A little extra during the podcast. No extra charge.
More to come.
What else do you want to say about this film, Daniel?
I think it's worth a watch. I don't think it's by any means Nicolas Cage's best work. It's not the best of 90s rom-coms, to be honest.
What's your better rom-com than this from the 90s?
Manda, obviously you don't. I'm going to say While You Were Sleeping, which
would you say that is a better rom-com than this?
I will graciously say you showed Nick.
And would you say it's a better rom-com than
It's
this?
a much better movie than
Would
this,
it be one of your favourite rom-coms from the 90s?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Why did you pause? Like you've got like 10 other 90s rom-coms.
I'm trying to think of at least one. Okay, Amanda?
You've got Males from the 90s.
Oh, you've got Male Sucks.
Sleepers in Seattle's from the 90s.
Yeah, maybe suck.
Julia Roberts made a lot of 90s rom-coms.
Oh,
too.
yeah, Pretty Woman, although Runaway Bride, some would say a stronger movie.
Would you say that?
Hell no.
It's not a stronger movie. Why would you say that out loud?
There's got to be at least some person that thinks it's a stronger movie.
Side note about Runaway Bride. I was in high school when that movie was coming out, and I was out with my friends, and we wanted to go see a movie, and Runaway Bride was out, and I'd already seen it, and they really wanted to see it, and I refused to see it again. I just refused. I wasn't going to do it. And I was a real stick in the mud about it, and they really wanted to go. And so eventually I was just like, well, this other movie's happening at the same time, so I'll go see that one, and I'll just see you after. And they were like, okay. And that other movie was The Sixth Sense, which I do not recommend that people who are a bit jittery see by themselves next to a larger person with breathing issues in the aisle seat.
Better film than Runaway Bride, though.
It is a better film than Runaway Bride. Yes, this is a 90s rom-com. I think While You're Sleeping is better. It's got a lot more characters in it. There is an element that we were talking about as we were watching this where it is a bit murky. You can't go around offering waitresses half your winnings should you win the lottery, having a little bit of cute banter with them, and then win the lottery and say to your wife, we have to give half these winnings to the waitress at the cafe. And like Rosie Perez isn't okay with that. And I feel like that's, we had a few moments of this movie where I was like, you know what, Dan? You actually can't flirt with a waitress and offer them half our money.
Like, this is how much, if you, just quickly, that's how much distance they've got between each other before they hook up. Mind you.
Yes, but lots of movies are like close talkers. Like people are always like this.
No, it's emotional cheating.
That is not okay.
Very much so. And Rosie Perez she has every right to be pissed by these two cheaters' behaviour.
There is cheating going on, and not the sauciness that Dan would usually desire in rom-coms, apparently.
Desire? I don't know.
Slit-slot action that he was
slap, baby.
talking about before. Definitely emotionally cheating, where they go out and have a little adventure together and party in the town, and, they are meant to be together, so it's like cool, and what could happen to them is love, not lottery winnings. And they are backed by all of New York, who are super generous and loving in all ways. New Yorkers, just generally.
It's just a better city.
Do we even know any New Yorkers?
It's just a better city than everywhere else.
Trying to think if that's true of New Yorkers I actually know.
Because they got the Knicks and the Jets and the Yankees and the Mets. And it's just
the only New Yorker who comes to mind was a psychopath. So no, I don't know if that is true of New Yorkers we know. No. Oh, well, no, my summer camp friends, they were New Yorkers. They were good people.
I don't know. I'm not going to make a comment on the personalities.
I don't know. If they're going to watch this, I don't want them to be like, how dare you? I'm not a psychopath.
No,
Remember when we had that fun at summer camp?
I've just got New York.
You were not psychopaths, my friends from summer camp. Yes. Just want to make that very clear.
I've just got New York fatigue because every second movie has to be set in New York. I'm sick of it.
This movie is fun. Watch it. Nick Cage, very lovable. Sometimes a little bit too earnest in this film, but that's okay. I still love him, and you will too. Watch it.
Bunny reviews for In the Mood for Love will be first. Manda, how do you bunny review this film? Willem Dafoe.
This bunny, they're in each other's orbit. They're orbiting. They're close but far. But in my mind, they're cozy and loving and contained.
Oh, very nice. My bunny review, it shall be... They are close, but not so close that it's a romance.
What?
It is just a love. So one will take the box, and the other shall be a gentleman and sit outside of the box. But there will be love there forever.
Okay.
That is my bunny review.
Dun, 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 dun. Our first romance is a bunny hanging out in the box, flying a plane around the box.
Oh, so talented, so good at so many things.
Dan, it's my bunny review. And now just kicking it. I think it's having a good time.
Okay, cool.
A lot of my reviews seem to be bunnies kicking it, but I think that's, you know what that means.
Well, that's what it means. Sure. My Office Romance review, Bunny, put them both in the box, but we are going to make it so it's super secretive and nobody can see. And they're in there just getting it on.
The box is see-through.
Ah! Abort! It could happen to you.
Bunny's already in the box, just lying there. And then their whole life changes. Yes! Whee! The end.
Okay. My bunny review is just then going to be just two bunnies who are, they're not even lovers. They're just going to be this close to each other at all times. They're just going to do flirty things, and that's all going to be fine. Meanwhile, what's this? Here's another bunny who's angry about that. Why is she angry? Why is she angry? This one's just being a bit of a bitch. All right? So put them in the box and let it float away into the ether.
Wow. It's just a summary of the film.
Yeah, it's a form of a review.
Something more?
I'm up for a little something more, Manda.
Something more.
Oh, give it
What's
to me.
in our house? What's 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 in our house? Couples. There are couples in our house.
There are many couples.
We're one of them. You see us.
Mm.
There are other couples in our house, all over the house. Couples everywhere. Couples in my hair. No, there's no couples in my hair.
Sounds like we're having some sort of orgy or something, but no.
Joke's on you. We just thought we'd share.
Keep it down. Okay, sorry.
Share with you some of the couples in our house. So here, Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, you're a couple.
Spaghetti. We're a real life couple. Found in op shops.
This couple, we have Eva and Wally. You thought I'd forgotten. I was just dramatically pausing.
And what's this? Wally
Oh.
and Eva.
Oh, in non-hard form.
Oh, I don't even think that's the full extent of our Wally and Eva.
No, we've also got that picture behind us, but we'll show that for another thing.
And what else you got, Daniel?
Oh, I also have these couples. We've got Ducky and Bunny, Ducky and Bunny, Bunny and Ducky, Ducky and Bunny.
Another great op shop find. And Ducky still does this.
Very impressive.
Bunny doesn't because we took the batteries out.
Key and Peele, probably one of my favourite things about that
Great
movie.
couple. Here's another couple.
Oh,
Mr. Fredrickson.
Mr. Fredrickson.
Oh, and it's his walking stick. That's not his couple. His couple is Doug. Oh. I loved Mr. Fredrickson for a long time, and Daniel finally bought him for my birthday one day.
It was your birthday.
On my birthday one year.
Yes.
I had spent a lot of money trying to win one from a skill tester when the movie came out, and I didn't get that.
I'm shit at them.
Skill tester was against me. Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Fredrickson.
Last one?
Last one.
Ooh, boom, ba ba boom, ba boom, ba 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 boom, ba ba boom, ba boom, ba 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 ba.
Wreck-It Ralph was a
giant of a man,
9 feet tall with really big hands.
And who's his friend?
Fix-It Felix is a
really great guy.
guy.
Watch him
go all turbo
first
as he eats this
limited
pie.
supply. Everybody loves him. Fix-It Felix, along with Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, look at that. He's going to cuddle him.
We've also got a Vanellope von Schweetz here. Maybe we should have
not a couple.
paired... Well, yeah, but they're not
I'm not going to couple anyone with young children, Daniel.
Yeah, but she's not a young child. She's depicted as...
We also have Wreck-It Ralph and Fix-It Felix giant cardboard cutouts that I made for our child's second birthday because that was the theme of their birthday. And they now find the film too scary, so whatever that is.
Yes, we've got... he's featured in a few of our previous episodes in the background, Wreck-It Ralph. We should
Wreck-It
probably
Ralph.
bring him back, I think.
They are just a few real-life couples in our house. What's in our house? 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 What's in our house?
Couples were the thing that was
We'll
in our
work
house.
on that song. And to all the couples out there, we bid you adieu and good luck.
She does, I don't. In the next episode, Manda and Cruella.
Bonus couple.
Bonus couple. What is the couple here?
Cruella in her jacket.
Ah. You horrible woman. Anyway, next episode, depending on whenever the hell we make it, we'll be reviewing the following films. Bad Eggs.
This was a request. This was a viewer request.
Yes.
We will consider viewer requests.
Yes. Bad Eggs, little known Australian film from 2003. We will also be reviewing Fast 10.
Fast 10.
Ding, 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 ding.
This is our What's Something New.
About 3 years ago, but we think something new should be 5 years maximum.
Ish.
I mean, we did Barb and Star, so
Yeah, and it can be on viewing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's an all-star, but obviously the most important star there in the middle, VD.
Yeah.
VD sounds like a disease.
Yeah,
It is a
VD.
disease.
Venereal disease, I believe.
Do you?
Here's anything but. And finally, we'll be looking at Ghost Rider
Ghost Rider.
with Nicolas Cage and Eva Mendes. And you can see a little shade of his really, really horrible haircut for that film.
Wow,
But,
Daniel.
yes, looking forward to that.
No shame on haircuts.
No, that haircut is horrible.
It's probably a wig.
Probably.
I haven't seen this movie in a really long time, if at all.
Yeah, you said
I
that.
do not remember it.
Okay, well,
At
let's.
all.
I look forward to viewing this one with you. This should be fun. No retreat.
No surrender.